So, I just saw Anna Nicole, the opera about Anna Nicole Smith, is a sentence I've been waiting about 2 years to say. Hey, welcome to the Listener's Guide. I'm Steve, and yeah, I saw Anna Nicole, and it was actually pretty good. I think it's pretty much what the opera community needs right now. It's traditional, but it's very relatable to modern audiences, and it's incredibly self-aware. Some of the traditional elements include the storyline, which is a modern-day courtesan falling in love with modern-day royalty and meeting a tragic ending. It doesn't get more opera than that. And this is all told by a chorus giving some sort of moral commentary, and also supported by a ballet. These are elements going back 400 years in opera. Ignoring the fact that the ballerinas are playing pole dancers and the chorus is made up of news anchors, who all turn into cameras as the story progresses, which is a really interesting piece of symbolism, but I'm getting ahead of myself. From the very first orchestra hit, they establish this attitude that just seems to scream, we all know why you're really here, so it, let's get going. Which seems to be pretty reminiscent of the actual Anna Nicole Smith herself. They also establish the arc of the story, which begins with tragedy, followed by farce, which ends with her falling flat on her ass. And I do like that the chorus is that crass about it, because most operas tend to make it seem very poetic, but this raw reality is actually a really interesting take on it. And those three portions of her life are actually the events that they focus on: the tragedy of her upbringing, her farce of a marriage, and her ultimate PR and personal life disaster that ends with her suicide. Spoiler alert, I guess, if you weren't paying attention to the news like 6 years ago. But the whole thing also really seemed to be a commentary on the American dream and how it is just not happening for anybody. There's actually a moment when she's married to Marshall and she stands up and says that she's going to rape the American dream, which kind of made me feel really bad, because we all know that she just got chewed up and spat out by the American dream. And it's kind of hard to tell how much agency she actually had in her own story. We have on the one side her mother, who really wants her to live a good life, but Anna Nicole doesn't really seem to appreciate that. And then on the other side, we have Howard Stern, who is scheming the entire opera and seems to be really only out for himself. However, it's also hard to tell throughout the whole show how much Anna Nicole Smith actually hurts. They show her getting the breast implants and establish this idea that she's going to have to take the pills for her back pain for the rest of her life, and after that, she goes through moments where she's pretending to feel pain, where she's actually feeling pain, and where the drugs help numb it, and she makes a show of being in pain anyway. So how much of the show did she actually feel? We don't really know. It was just a really interesting story on its own to see her being kind of pushed around by people, but also she seemed to kind of know what was happening and let it happen when it needed to happen. But did she? I don't know. Musically, the opera was actually really nice too. It was definitely focusing on the atonal aspects, but it had a nice postmodern twist. It was completely through composed, which means that it's just a script that's been sung instead of being broken up into songs and script. And the performers were just really great. They had great acting skills, great singing skills. It was all brought together really nicely. So I definitely recommend it for those of you who are into opera or want to get into opera. It's a good place to start. If you did watch it, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you didn't watch it, I think you should try. I rented it through the iTunes store for like $4, so you know, it's a great weekend activity. Also, if you have any operas or pieces that you want my opinion on, leave those in the comments and I'll see if I can get to them. So I'm Steve, thanks for watching The Listener's Guide, and I'll see you next time. Hey everybody, Steve again. I really want to do a project like this. This has been rolling around in my head for months, and I've been trying to do it, and so now I'm just biting the bullet and getting it out on the internet. I want to be making more review and recommendation videos. I want to be making educational videos to teach people how to listen to classical music. I want to do more opera in brief videos. I want to create a place where we can talk about classical music on YouTube, but I can't do it alone. If you liked this video, please share it with people that you think will be interested. I need help. I need somebody with heft who can help me with music licensing. I probably need an actual budget, but most of all, I need people who believe in this project. I'm going to be making other Listener's Guide videos on at least Wednesday and Sunday this week so that you can get a better idea of what I want this project to be like, and hopefully I can find somebody who can help me make this an actual thing. So please just share this video. If you know people who you think can help, definitely please talk to me about it. And I will see you all on Wednesday with my first educational video. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you then.